This is the Sales Babble Podcast, episode 406, Buying Signs, How to Read Buyer Interest.
Welcome to Sales Babble, the podcast that shares selling secrets for non-sellers. And now your host, Pat Helmers.
Hello, Sales Babblers. This is Pat Helmers. And have you ever studied how to read body language? In this episode, we delve into the ability to read the tea leaves of a buyer and ways to know if they're genuinely interested in buying or just faking interest. I've probably mentioned this before, but I use HubSpot for my CRM, and they just published a report showing that people prefer video content over emails, newsletters, social images, social videos, blog posts, and all that downloadable kind of content like PDFs and whatnot. Well, now get this. Some of the top tactics that they mention include using a search engine, visiting a company's product official website, looking at review websites, and watching videos. Do you see how video could be easily incorporated into every one of those places? So with that said, why not use it when you're selling too? As you know, our sponsor is Vidyard, the video solution for sales professionals. You can get a free account by going to our sponsor at vidyard.com/babble, and you'll also get Vidyard's State of Virtual Selling Report. Try it out today. Again, that's at vidyard.com/babble. And now today's chapter, Buying Signs. If you want to demonstrate a solution, you must first allow the buyer to question it. If you want to generate curiosity, you must first allow them to hold it. And if you want them to understand, you must first let them describe how it will meet their needs. Look for subtle behaviors of ownership. To close a deal, you need only ask, "Will this work?" Now today's story. At the sales meeting, Chris handed the product to Lee. Lee was fascinated and kept turning the product over and over and then passed the product to a colleague. Next, the two of them pondered how the product would fit into their current manufacturing process. Deep during their discussion, Chris interrupted. Chris wanted to bring up some features that hadn't been explained. Pat nudged Chris with a penetrating stare. Chris was mystified, yet quieted down. By the end of the meeting, Lee was excited to proceed and agreed to buy 20 units. It was a win. After the meeting, Chris asked Pat what the nudge was all about. Pat said, "I could see and hear that they had already taken ownership of the product. Did you hear how they brainstormed ways of making it work in their business? The more they talked, the more they sold themselves. That's why, when I asked them if this would work, they said yes immediately." Look for the buying signs, Chris. When you see them, back off and let them close themselves. As I've mentioned this before, I'm a big fan of the Stoic philosophers, and I'm reminded of the famous quote by Epictetus who said, quote, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as many times as we speak." By being present to the moment, you can read what the buyer's thinking. If they're talking themselves into a purchase, let them. Don't get in the way. To download a copy of this week's Tao Te Ching of Sales chapter, you can find it in the show notes at www.salesbabble.com. You can also find links to our sponsor, Vidyard, the video solution for sales professionals. And that's at vidyard.com/babble. Clever, right? Anyway, did you find value in this episode? If so, please share it with a friend, just one person who is also looking to grow their selling skills. And if you personally would like to dig deeper into this topic, reach out to me. You can click the Babble Me button on salesbabble.com or connect with me on LinkedIn. Let's set up time for a coffee or a video chat. I would love to help you. That's all I've got for this week, folks. Until next Tuesday, take care and have a highly successful and a profitable selling day.
Thank you for listening to the Sales Babble podcast. Find us at www.salesbabble.com.
This is a production of Habanero Media.